Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Genomes Baseball here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. We bid you welcome on this beautiful day, 74 degrees, a light breeze blowing from center field in, and not too many clouds in the sky here this afternoon, so no chance of rain according to the weatherman, and we're going to hold him to that today as the Wild Health Genomes play host to the first place Gastonia Honey Hunters. Now the Genomes still in the wild card race, and right now they are just a few games behind in the wild card race, and are hoping that they can win enough games here in the next several days, week and a half, in order to qualify for the playoffs and be a part of that. Coming up here, man, it's going to start in 2 weeks. It's going to start pretty quick. So all right, sorry about that. Checking levels here and making sure that we're completely coming through loud and clear for everyone. It looks like we're okay. I got it short there. That's what it did. Test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's see if we can get it to lock in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Hello. 1, 2, 3. A little better that time. Are you getting it okay now? We're good. Okay, we're back, folks. Sorry about that. Anyway, talking about the Honey Hunters, they're here in this situation in first place in the second half of the South Division, and they are, according to the standings, 7.5 games ahead of the Genomes here. So very important ball game for the Genomes today, and they're going to send to the mound. Candelario is going to start off pitching here for the Genomes as we get things set up and ready to go. So Candelario on the mound here for the Genomes. We'll pick up the defense as we go along here. And coming to bat, leading it off for Gastonia, it's going to be the left fielder, number 3, Reese Hampton. First pitch fouled off toward the Genomes dugout. All right. A little better now? Okay, very good. So Hampton 0-1, no balls, 1 strike. Now make it 0-2. So he's behind in the count. A 0.00 ERA on the board a moment ago. Here's his shot. That's hit out toward left field. Shaw is there, and he'll corral it. 1 down. It's Shaw out in left field. PA is in center, and Paredes is in right. At first base is Sierra. Rosario is at second. Johns at shortstop. Becker is over at third base for this series, and Rye is catching Candelario behind the plate. Reinheimer, the shortstop, steps in. The pitch, and that's fouled off into the screen. No balls and 1 strike. So first out of the game, a fly out to left field. And Jack Reinheimer, number 1, in there, batting from the right side. There's a good look at Candelario. The pitch. That's fouled over our heads and out of play, and the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Reinheimer, a .275 hitter on the season. 11 home runs, 59 RBIs. That's Darnell Ray, your home plate umpire. We got Marvin King, the roach killer, down at first base, and Derek Whitfield is on the line at third. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, and Candelario the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Got him. So 2 down quickly here for the Honey Hunters. First strikeout of the game for Candelario. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 2, Joseph Rosa. Rosa, a left-handed hitter, batting .310 on the season. 19 home runs and 83 RBIs thus far this year. Here's the windup in the pitch, and that catches the inside part of the plate knee high for a strike. 77 mile per hour breaking pitch that time. This one right down the middle. He's got a nice little breaking ball. He can throw with speed or without speed, and came right back with it there. Match speeds on that one. This one's hit right toward the second baseman. Rosario with it. Over to first base to Sierra, and that'll retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Wild Health Field. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Pretty quick, a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out for the Honey Hunters in the top of the first. And in the bottom of the first inning, it's going to be Luke Becker to lead things off. Becker playing third base today. And he's batting a .296 clip this season with 19 home runs, 83 RBIs, and he fouls this one down to the picnic area in the left field side of the stadium. Glad you're with us today here. We've got some good baseball between now and the end of the regular season, and hopefully one of these teams, either the Genomes or the Legends, can somehow work it out to make the playoffs. Going to be a little tougher road for the Legends. The Genomes are right in the thick of things as far as the wild card is concerned. Here's a bouncing ball. That goes right to the second baseman. Rosa up with it over to Tapia, and there's one down. So for your Honey Hunters, it's Hampton in left field, Rodriguez in center field, Scholes over in right field. Tapia's at first base, Rosa at second, Reinheimer at shortstop, and Roman at third, with Alex Sanabia on the mound here for the Honey Hunters. First pitch in there to Olmo Rosario is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Rosario, no batting average, has 1 RBI thus far. Here's a slapper down to the third baseman. Roman up with it over across the diamond to Tapia, and there are 2 down. So a couple of pitches, couple of ground outs. And if you're Sanabia, you got to love that. As a pitcher, you like to come out and get some ground balls, couple pop-ups, couple fly-outs, and before you know it, you're in the 6th or 7th inning of a ball game. Jimmy Paredes, the right fielder, will step in. Paredes on the year, a see if I can see it here, 286 hitter. There we go. He's got 18 home runs and 66 RBIs on the year. First pitch, a strike, swing and a miss. So Sanabia, big, tall right-hander, winds, delivers. There's a foul tip that'll roll back to the screen. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Sanabia, his 8th pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's it. A quick inning there for both teams. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We head to the 2nd inning. No score here at Wild Health Field. All right, here we go. We're into the top of the 2nd inning, and it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Emmanuel Tapia, the first baseman, number 35, will step in from the left side and face off against Alexis Candelario. And Candelario with 10 pitches in that first inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1 here. As we start the 2nd, 278 hitter is Tapia. He's got 15 home runs and 65 RBIs. And the pitch, and that's a little low, just misses. Looking at it was Tapia. He looked at it a long time and then came up, thankful it was a ball. Candelario's pitch, swing and a miss. He's got that. I love that tricky little, does a little bit of a hop as it comes from the mound to the plate, and that's a tough pitch to hit. If you're not used to it, there's a ball misses low and outside, and the count now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So very important game for the Genomes. They got to have this one today. It's that situation for them here as they maneuver through their schedule through the rest of the season. Going to be the pitching coach and ace Eli Villanueva to pitch in tomorrow night's game. Here's a little bouncer, first base side. That'll go foul. And Jarrett, who's coaching first base, he played yesterday's game. He came up ready to fire, but nobody to throw to. And then he just flipped it over to the dugout. Three balls, 2 strikes, the pitch, and that's hit pretty well to center field. Backing up a little bit is PA, and he's able to haul it in, and there's one down. That'll bring up Luis Castro, the designated hitter, number 12. Luis, a right-handed hitter. 281 on the season, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs. After getting through the first inning with 10 pitches, Tapia worked Candelario for 6. Here's a shot to right field, hit pretty well, hit pretty deep. That's going to be off the wall, and getting it in quick, runner coming, but the throw was offline. Ball beat the runner to the bag, but the throw was offline, and no chance for the shortstop Johns to make the play. And the stand-up double off the wall in right for Luis Castro. Paredes kind of got turned around out there in right field on that play and played it well off the wall. He was close to the wall, which usually isn't a good spot to be in, but the ball bounced true, and he was able to come up with it and get it back in a hurry, and almost had a close play at second base. So 1 out, a runner on second now on the pitch. And misses outside, ball 1. Alexis Candelario looks back at second base, long look. Johns from behind playing it well out there. Becker over at third base shouts something over to Johns at shortstop. And Johns going to be the player with the left-handed hitter up that's going to try to hold the runner close out there in Castro. And there's a fake throw to second base. Castro back in on his belly on the carpet. Nice thing about an all-turf field, you don't have to jump up and brush the dirt off your uniform. You might go in and get one of those little dust busters. There's a swing and a miss. Luis Roman, the third baseman, tried to check his swing there, but he was way around on the pitch and knew it. Number 19, also a left-handed hitter, to go against the right-hander Candelario. Roman, a .265 hitter, 14 homers, 67 RBIs. The game at second continues. The pitch, that's in there for a ball. Looked good from up here, but I'm sitting too high to call balls and strikes. Watching the center field camera shot. There you see Johns. And timeout called now as Roman steps out and now steps back in. So Roman, opportunity here early in this game. Top of the second, runner on second, one out, swing and a miss. And the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Up to 22 pitches now is Candelario, which still through 2 innings isn't bad. From the stretch. The pitch. That's fouled down the left side and out of play. Bounces around down there. Let's see if anybody's going after it. We got a gentleman in the stands there looking for it and comes up with it. 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's too low, ball 4. So Roman will go down to first base on the walk. First walk given up in the game by Alexis Candelario, and that'll put 2 runners on base with 1 out, and we'll bring up the right fielder, Jake Skoll, number 4. Candelario looking back at second base. The pitch. Misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Honey Hunters batting here in the top of the second inning, and they got 2 runners on base. They ended up winning last night's game 5-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, and count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Candelario again checks second base. From the stretch, the pitch, and that misses inside, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Good look at the runner, Castro, out at second base. He doubled off the wall in right, and he's been there ever since. Has not had an opportunity with the walk to Roman, and now a pitch in the carpet area low, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Candelario very sharp in the first inning and not so much here. He's up to 28 pitches now in the ball game. Skoll, a .260 hitter. He's got 21 home runs and 50 RBIs for the Honey Hunters this year. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Skoll wants that one back. You can tell he walked away disgusted that he didn't get a hold of that pitch. That was a perfect pitch in his wheelhouse, and he just missed it. Left-hander stands back in. Alexis Candelario checks second base, and now they'll call timeout again. All kinds of games within the game going on out there right now. Genomes wanting to hold the Honey Hunters in this inning. The pitch. That's in there for a strike and got him. Struck him out. Second strikeout of the game. Looking this time. 2 down in the inning now, and with runners at first and second, that'll bring up the catcher, Stuart Levy. Number 15, Levy, a right-handed hitter, .260 on, excuse me. Here's the first pitch to Levy. That's hit right to the shortstop. He'll flip it to second base for the force out, and that retires the side. In the inning, there were no runs. There was one hit, the double by Castro. 2 runners left on base. And we head to the bottom of the second inning with no score at Wild Health Field. Maybe they live in West Virginia or something. Yeah, there you go. All right, here we go. It's going to be Chris Davis stepping in for the Genomes here to try to get something started. No score in the ball game, bottom of the second inning, and the designated hitter, Chris Davis, number 8 in there in the 4th spot in today's game. 270 hitter. He's got 16 home runs, 43 RBIs, and he's ahead in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes to Sanabia. So Sanabia gets set. And the pitch. And that's hit well. That's hit far. That's hit deep. That is going to be caught right down the warning track out in right center field. Thought it had a shot at the beginning, but as I said earlier at the beginning, the wind is blowing directly in from where that ball was hit, and it turns out to be a deep fly out to right field. 1 down. Thought Davis might have had him a shot there, but not the case, and Alex Sanabia breathing a sigh of relief there. So 1 down, and Chris Shaw will come to the plate. Chris playing in left field in today's game. The pitch to Shaw, and that fastball misses inside, ball 1. Here's the pitch. That's a little bouncer toward first base, but foul, and good grab down there by one of the Genomes' first base coach. There's a good look at Alex Sanabia, number 20, the right-hander starter today for the Honey Hunters. This shot into right field, a base hit. So Chris Shaw gets things rolling here with a single to right. And that'll bring up Mose Sierra, number 20. Moses is playing at first base defensively for the Genomes today. So runner on first base, there's one out. Sierra, 283 hitter with 6 home runs and 39 RBIs. First pitch, excuse me, swing, foul ball. Cloud coming over the sun right now, which is giving some shade to the infield area, and that's going to move quickly, as you can see that go right on across the infield and lightened up with the sunshine again. The pitch misses inside for a ball. Santabia 16 pitches now thus far in the game. He got out of the first inning with just 8 pitches. So he's doubled that. He's got a runner on first with 1 out. The pitch to Sierra, curved ball in there for a strike. Nice little hook on that one. About 78 mile per hour on the Jugs gun. Good look at the tall right-hander. He's ready to go again. Sierra laces one into left center. That's going to be a base hit, and runners at first and second now with 1 out. And the Genomes got something going here. That puts Chris Shaw in scoring position at second base. Sierra will be at first base, and that'll bring up the center fielder, number 12, Felix P.A. 247 hitter on the season, 11 home runs and 41 RBIs. Felix out of the left-handed batter's box here with an opportunity to put the home team in front. First pitch to him misses way outside and high, ball 1. Nice lead off of second base for Shaw. The pitch. That's hit pretty well and high, but not going to be deep enough. In fact, running in quickly is the right fielder to make the play, and a quick throw into the infield, and there are 2 down. So it started out hit pretty well, but that wind knocked it straight down, and the right fielder, Skoll, really had to sprint to get there to make the catch. So score it fly out to 9 for the second out of the inning, and it'll be up to the catcher, Austin Rye, number 16. Rye, a right-handed hitter, 246, 8 home runs, 46 RBIs on the year. So here we go. Thought PA had a shot at one there, but that ball, I mean, it got to its apex and went straight down the pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Ball gets away, runner on his way to third. The ball gets through, and had he kept running, he could have scored, but they held him up at third base. So error on the catcher on the throwback to the mound, and that got through everybody. It got through the pitcher, it got through the shortstop and the second baseman. So first error of the game on the throw. And that gives the Genomes a runner at third base, first and third with 2 out now. The pitch misses outside. Count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, you don't normally see that. In fact, I thought the shortstop, Reinheimer, was going to have a play because the way he was going after the ball, Shaw had taken off, and had he come up with it cleanly, he would have had a really good opportunity there to cut down Shaw trying to go to third. But the Genomes now in business, runner going to second. Slide. Here they come to the plate, and he's going to be out at the plate. Safe at second base on the steal, and caught stealing is Shaw going to third, and the put out on that is 4-2 for the third out of the inning. So in the inning, no runs, couple of hits, one runner ends up on base, and after two complete, we have no score at Wild Health Field. All right, top of the third inning. Here we go with the Honey Hunters going to send up 9-1-2. Be the first time we get to see center fielder Hurley Rodriguez, number 7. He'll step in, batting from the left side as well, to get things started here in the top of the third for the Honey Hunters. So Candelario ready to go. Infield straight away, the pitch, and that is in there for a strike. Darnell Ray calling the balls and strikes today behind the plate. Here's the pitch. And that catches the outside part of the plate, and quickly, no ball, 2-strike count on Rodriguez. Hurley Rodriguez, a .257 hitter with 5 home runs and 24 RBIs on the year. The pitch, fouled off, and I mean that hit hard in the seats there. That thing was screaming into the stands. Here's the pitch. And that's upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're familiar with the ballpark, in the walkway there is a Tostitos sign right on the wall. And the ball hit right in that general vicinity. There's a swing and a miss. Got him. 3rd strikeout of the game. Swinging variety for Candelario, and there's 1 out in the inning. Back to the top of the order we go with Reese Hampton stepping in. Number 3, the left fielder. Hampton flew out to the left fielder Shaw last time up to lead off the game, so he is officially 0 for 1 in the contest. Batting average drops to .268 as a result of that. You don't see him move a lot. Here's a shot. That's hit pretty well to right field. That's going to get down. That's going to go off the wall. Playing it over there is Paredes, and he'll get it back in quickly. And another double. This time Hampton, a line shot, 1 hopper double off the wall in right. And that puts Hampton at second base with 1 out, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer, first strikeout victim for Candelaria in the 1st inning. Candelario has struck out 3, struck out Rodriguez here to lead off this inning, but now has a runner at second base with 1 out. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They say no. Marvin King, the roach killer, out at second base with the safe sign. Reinheimer, .275 hitter on the year. Runner in scoring position. No score in the game thus far. 2 hits apiece for each team. The pitch. Misses. No, catches the outside part of the plate. Darnell Ray takes his time on the call. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was inside and twisted Reinheimer around. Took a pretty healthy cut at that. Reinheimer, 11 home runs and 59 RBIs on the year. Looking at RBI number 60 standing out there at second base in the likes of Reese Hampton. Candelario with a 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him for the 2nd time. Swinging. Strikeout number 4 in the game for Candelario. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Hampton remains at second base, and that'll bring up Joseph Rosa, who grounded out to Rosario at second base last time up. He's 0 for 1 in the contest. Top of the 3rd here. Hampton off a second, being held there by Johns, and that first pitch a little high, ball 1. Good looking picture. They got a lot of action going on in that. You get to see Johns playing behind Hampton, trying to pick him off out there at second, and then you get to see the action at the plate as well, along with the pitcher, Alexis Candelario. 1-0 pitch, and he steps off and runs back towards second. So Candelario getting a little leg work in there at second base. Back to the mound he goes, and we're ready to go again. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Rosa. Joseph grounded out to second base. First time up, that pitch in the carpet area, down low, right side, inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Rosa, a 310 hitter for the Honey Hunters, 19 round trippers, 83 RBIs, having a good year. Batting in the 3 spot. And the pitch. And piece of it, but nice catch there by Rye behind the plate, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike after the foul ball. Clouds getting more numerous right now, but nothing threatening. The pitch misses outside and high, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Candelario with a 2-2 record coming into this one, and a 5.30 ERA, 15 games. I checked that, 10 games. That pitch misses. That's ball 4, and Rosa will walk down to first base, and runners at first and second now with 2 out. Started 6 games, has pitched in 10. He's allowed 29 earned runs. He's given up 3 home runs. He's walked 17, struck out 28, and he's hit a couple batters. So Candelario looking to make that one up on the win side this afternoon. That pitch, a breaking ball, just misses inside. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. So Emmanuel Tapia, the first baseman, in there. He flew out to lead off the second inning to center field. 0 for 1. The pitch, that's lifted down the left field side and out of play. That's way out of play. Tapia, 277 hitter. Here's Candelario's pitch. Up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's 2 out. Hampton at second. Rosa at first. All the attention, though, on Hampton out there as Johns moves in and out from behind him at shortstop. Long look by Candelaria. The pitch. That misses outside and high, and the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. So Hampton at second with the double, with 1 out. Been there ever since. Rosa, last batter, walked. Here's a foul ball, comes up in this direction, but the net knocks it down behind home plate. Tapia set, ready to go. 3 ball, 2 strike count from Candelario. Runner going, ball lifted foul and out of play. So Hampton, who was over halfway to third base has to reverse field and head back to second. Candelario steps off the rubber, now back on. He's ready to go. Count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 out. Both runners will go here on the pitch. And it's a little bouncer that's going to be foul down the first base line. The Honey Hunters in the first base dugout. Genomes adopted the third base dugout from the get-go, and they've stayed right there all year as their home field dugout. Candelario, the pitch, that's a line shot into the picnic area and ricochets around in there. Looked like it stayed up in the actual picnic area. That took 3 or 4 wicked bounces in different directions. Stayed off the field of play, though, so count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. Rosa from first and Hampton from second will both start on the pitch here from Candelario. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that's strikeout number 5 in the game for Candelario. And the third out of the inning. In the inning, no runs. There was 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. The Honey Hunters have left 4 on thus far through 3 after 2.5. No score at Wild Health Field. All right, welcome back to Wild Health Field. Glad you're with us here for this Wednesday afternoon matinee game between the Wild Health Genomes and the Honey Hunters of Gastonia. And back on the mound is Alex Sanabia. First pitch in there for a strike. Austin Rye, the catcher, was at the plate when Shaw got cut down trying to steal home on a delayed steal after Sierra took second base. So the Genomes running, aggressive, trying to score some runs here and win this baseball game. That pitch misses. Count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. So Austin Rye lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He's a .246 hitter on the year. Smacks this one on the right side, and it finds a hole there and goes out into right field. So Austin Rye does his job and gets a single to start off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now to bring up the shortstop, number 4, Gavin Johns. Johns a .307 hitter. He's got a home run and 26 RBIs. So he taps the plate a couple times. He's ready to go. Santabia ready to go. Runner on first base. Rye ready to go. And this ball is smacked into right field for a base hit. And a line drive throw to the cutoff man. That ball didn't hit any carpet. Nice throw out there by Skoll as he got it in quickly. And runners now with back-to-back singles to start the inning off. Runners at first and second. They did it last inning, but there was 1 out when it got started. This inning, here in the bottom of the 3rd, it's the first 2 batters, so nobody out, and Luke Becker steps in with runners at first and second, and he is a right-handed hitter. Tapia going to play him in as they're looking for the bunt, and he did square the bunt and fouled it off to the left side. Good situation here for the Genomes. If they can move these 2 runners over and get them at second and third with just 1 out, then that'll give Rosario and Paredes a chance to knock them in. Santabia's pitch misses outside. Not by much. It's a 1-1 count. So Johns at first after the single to right. Rye at second after the single to right. 4 hits in the game now for the Wild Health Genomes. Here's the pitch. That's hit right toward the second baseman, but it gets through a base hit. That's going to load the bases with nobody out. Nice effort out there by Rosa, right off the tip of his glove. I mean, it wasn't but a few inches, or he would have had that on a line shot. But as it stands now, it's a single, the 3rd hit of the inning, and the bases are loaded. So Olmo Rosario will step in. He grounded out to the third baseman first time up. Bases loaded. First pitch, misses outside. No, they're going to say that's a strike. And Rosario asking the same question I did. That was a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's inside and high, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. So bases loaded with Genomes here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3 straight hits for the home team. Rosario, no batting average as of yet. Takes a swing at that one way out in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count now. Here's the pitch, and got him. He knew it, too. Fastball right down the pipe. And that'll be strikeout number 2 in the game for Santabia. Santabia 2-0 on the year coming in. And he's wanting to keep things the way they are. He's allowed one earned run thus far in his stint with the Honey Hunters. And that earned run was a home run. One home run, one earned run. 2-0 coming into this contest. And Jimmy Paredes, who struck out in the first inning to end the inning, is in there now with one out and the bases loaded. And he takes a huge cut at that one and misses one strike. Paredes got some power in that stick. But in this situation, all he needs is a line shot out of the infield. The pitch. And there's a shot toward first base. Bobbled over there, and now they're running trying to get him, and they do get him at first. The first baseman, Tapia, trouble with the ball, able to come up with it and win the foot race to first base, but that'll score a run. So Paredes with a ground out to 3 unassisted for the second out of the inning. And scoring from third base on the play is Austin Rye. Over to third base goes Gavin Johns, and Luke Becker is now at second base. So with 2 out, there's runners at second and third, and the batter is the cleanup man, Chris Davis. He flew out to right field last time up. First pitch in there for a strike. Davis has been known to hit the ball a long way and with consistency. And this year, he's got 16 long balls with 43 RBIs. This would be huge in this situation. The pitch, that's down low and outside, and the count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. Genomes need to win. No doubt about it. They need to win out if they can. They lead it 1-0 after a ground out RBI. There's a ball hit through the gap, and they're not going to get a play on it. Another run's going to score. Nice effort out there by Reinheimer. He was scooting to get to the ball, got to it, but really would have had no chance to get to a play at first base on that one. So Davis with an RBI single. In comes Gavin Johns from third base. Over to third base goes Becker. Down at first base is Chris Davis. So first and third now, 2 runs in, and it's a 2-0 ball game. And now they're scoring at an error on the shortstop. So the pitch, swing and a miss, no balls and 1 strike. So for Davis, it's not a single, it is a E6. That erases the RBI in the situation. But a run comes across nevertheless. So Chris Shaw in there now, singled first time up, made it all the way around to third and tried to score on a delayed double steal and was cut down as Rosa threw to Levy, who cut him down at the plate. Levy with a nice block of the plate on that play as well, and Shaw couldn't get his foot in. 2-0. Genomes on top here. Bottom of the third inning with 2 out. That pitch way inside, and Chris Shaw stretching to get out of the way of that one. So Davis at first base on the error on Reinheimer, and Becker moves to third base on the error. So first and third, 2 down the pitch. up high and outside, and the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Santabia with a little heat there, 92-mile-an-hour fastball, but missed with it upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike now. The pitch. Foul ball, that hit home plate umpire Darnell Ray in the chest protector. There is a distinct sound when the ball hits the chest protector or if the ball hits flesh. If the ball hits flesh, not only is it a different sound, but you usually get a scream or an ouch or something out of it. That hit him right in the chest protector. That's why it's there. 2-2 pitch. Bat breaks. It's right up the middle. There's no play at second. They'll flip it over to first, and that'll retire the side. So broken bat, ground out. 6-3, and that'll retire the side here. But in the inning, they score 2 runs on a total of 1, 2, 3 hits, and there were 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the 4th inning with the Wild Health Genomes 2 and the Honey Hunters nothing. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Your hometown Wild Health Genomes are on top in this one. 2-0 over the Gastonia Honey Hunters for the Genomes. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and the Honey Hunters, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. The 2 hits by the Honey Hunters, both doubles. Luke Becker with one of those doubles. The other one was a double by, let's see, who was that hit that double? It was Becker, and it was, Castro. And he just happens to be the player coming to the plate here. Castro, a .283 hitter with 10 home runs and 45 RBIs. Nice pitch there. I mean, that was pipe ball that time by Candelario. And the count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. Castro fouls this one off. Oh, man, that took a shot. That took a shot. Hit the front of the facing in front of some of the seats up there above an exit, and then line shotted right back down into the first level of seats. That misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. If you get a chance, go on the AtlanticLeague.com site, click on today's games, and click on this game, and you'll be able to see pitch by pitch what we see here at the ballpark. The pitch, that's hit straight up in the air. That's going to be in right field. Is it going to be in play? It is. It's a foul ball, but did he catch it? Did not catch it. He disappeared from here. There is a little bit of a indentation down there. Kind of flattens out beyond the picnic area. But you can, as a fielder, you can go over there and stand, and from where we sit, it's tough to see if you're out there or not. So nothing but a foul ball that time, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. That's low and in tight. Castro dances out of the way of that one. And 3 balls and 2 strikes now, full count. So Castro with the double. Off the wall in right in the second inning, but he was stranded there. And here's the 3-2 pitch from Candelario, and this is lifted. Foul to the right side. That'll go out of play. Tapping the plate a couple of times is Castro. He's ready to go. Candelario is ready to go. There's a shot. That's hit pretty good. Left field. That's deep. That's gone. Hit the top of the concrete pylon out there on the far side of the bullpen, and that is a huge blast. And Castro is 2 for 2 with a solo home run. So there you have it. It's a 2-1 ball game now as the hot-hitting Luis Castro, the designated hitter, does it again. 2 hits, 2 extra base hits, a double, and a home run, solo shot, and an RBI and a run scored. So he's stacking the stat. But here's another shot. This is hit deep to right field. Looking up, that's gone. That's in the Pepsi party deck, and Roman just put another one out of here, and we got a tie ball game. Two runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Genomes, and new ball game now after the Honey Hunters decided to bring out the power sticks here in the 4th with back-to-back home runs to lead things off here in the 4th. There's a swing and a miss by Jake Skoll. Count no balls and 1 strike. So it didn't take long. Coming into the inning, the Genomes with a 2-0 lead, and now all of a sudden it's a new ball game at 2-2. The pitch. That misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, it was Paredes looking up out there in right field, and it cleared the fence up there and got into the seating area in the Pepsi party deck. Somebody's up there, and they got the baseball. But that was a line shot. Roman's was just a pure line shot that went out of here, and the home run by Castro, that was a mammoth shot against some wind. Here's a ball that's hit out towards center field. That's going to fall in for a hit. So 3 hits in a row here to start the 4th inning for the Honey Hunters. Candelario cruising right along until we got to this inning, and then all of a sudden it's a tie ball game, and now he's got a runner at first base. It's the go-ahead run, and Stuart Levy, the catcher, will step in. Levy hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Throw to first. Back in time, no problem, is Skoll. I'm going to scoot down so I can watch this a little bit here. Watching the monitor and the actual field of play. Good lead off of first base there by Skoll, and the pitch. That's up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So it's identical on the scoreboard, 2 runs and 5 hits for each team. The Honey Hunters have committed 2 errors thus far in the contest. Alexis Candelario trying to shut the door quickly here. That ball's lifted high and foul out of play down the right side. Now the difference is the clouds are larger and we're getting intermittent sunshine now, and both times that the ball was hit out, it was a cloud cover at the time. So don't know if that makes any difference or not, but in seeing the ball, it should. Nice batter's eye out in center field here at the Wild Health Field. Very tall. Huge help to batters. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stuart Levy, the catcher. One ball and 2 strike count. Levy, a .217 hitter on the season. Off of first base is Skoll. And now Candelario steps off for a moment, wipes his brow. Now he's ready to go again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's fouled out of play, right side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. New load of baseballs for home plate umpire Darnell Ray. That's amazing. Back-to-back home runs, I mean on shots. 1 to left, 1 to right. The pitch. That's hit straight up in the air. And that's going to go foul. Into the stands on the right side. Heads down the exit. Wind had a little bit of help on that one. The flags out in left center are barely moving. The flag on top of the Pepsi party deck is moving pretty well yet. So we are still getting a little bit of a breeze headed right toward home plate out of right center field. The pitch. That misses low. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Checking the runner at first, Skoll. And he's on his way. The pitch, throw down to second, and he's meat. That ball beat him by a long way. So the throw 2-4 for the first out of the inning. Ball was waiting on him when he got there. Nice throw down there by Rye, the catcher. Wasn't that a book? The Catcher Named Rye. Was that a book? Oh, it's Catcher in the Rye. In the Rye, yeah. That ball hit out of play. Count 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Stuart Levy. The dancing banana on the video board out in center field for a moment. Yeah. I remember that. That's been a while ago now. The pitch. Right back up the middle. Nobody's going to get to that one. It's a base hit. So back to where we were, only there's an out difference. Levy singles. Second time he's been on base. He hit into a fielder's choice in the second and now singles here in the fourth. That's a 4th hit of the inning. First 4 batters that have come to the plate have got a hit. The out was on an attempted steal by Jake Skoll after he had singled after the 2 back-to-back home runs. So here we go. 1 out, runner on first, 2 runs in already. And Rodriguez, 255 hitter, big cut. Couldn't catch up to it. Hurlys Rodriguez, the center fielder, wears number 7. There's a good look at Candelario, really having to work this inning. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So quickly out in front is Candelario here. No balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez has 5 home runs on the season with 24 RBIs. He's batting in the number 9 spot. Leadoff man Reese Hampton in the on-deck area. Candelario's pitch. Laced fair down the right field line, another hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall. On his way to third base easily is Levy, and out at second with a double is Hurlys Rodriguez. And the hits just keep on coming for the Honey Hunters here in the 4th inning. Five hits in a row for the Honey Hunters here in the 4th inning. 2 solo shots, a single, another single, and now a double by Rodriguez. The only out in the inning was Skoll trying to steal second, got thrown out by Rye. And some conversation out there as we've got runners at second and third. As Levy had the wheels going and made it all the way around to third base on the play. No chance of him to score on that play as the ball back into the infield pretty quickly. But here we go. Candelario 1 out, the pitch. That gets away from the catcher, but nobody going anywhere. Rye able to block it. He'll throw that one into the dugout area there. Hampton doubled his last time up. He's got runners at second and third with 1 out. 1-0 count, the pitch. And he fouled that one off. Count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. Amazing thus far what's been going on here. Got a half-off sale going on in the stash shop today. Need to load up in the car and get over here. Go get you some souvenirs, some jerseys, and some T-shirts, some hats. That's a pretty good deal, 50% off. Do we get our employee discount on top of that too? That would be nice. How much for this jersey? $1. I'd love that. Keith, can I get you to slide over for a half inning? I'll go shopping here. Okay. 269 hitter in a situation with a 2-2 count here, and 2 runners in scoring position in a tie ball game. The Honey Hunters have turned on the offense here in the 4th. First 5 batters to the plate have gotten a hit. And Hampton represents batter number 6. And that foul ball, count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Hampton, as we said, 269, 8 home runs and 40 RBIs this season. Here's the pitch. Took a swing at that one, and he's mad at himself, and he should be. He definitely went fishing for one and strikes out. That will be strikeout number 6 in the game for Candelario, and there are 2 outs now, and up to the plate will come the shortstop, Jack Reinheimer. Jack is strikeout victim number 1 and number 4 for Candelario thus far, and Alexis would like to get him one more time right here. The pitch. Breaking ball, right-handed batter. It sweeps from left to right as you watch it come into the plate. It's a tough pitch to hit. And if he can find the strike zone with it, this one's a fastball, misses outside, and the count evens up 1-1. Levy at third. Rodriguez out at second. 2 out in the inning. 2 runs in. The pitch. That's hit straight up in the air, and that's in foul territory. And, man, that was close, but bounces out of the picnic area back out onto the foul territory part of the field. And Paredes is going to flip it up to the gentleman up there in the almost lost it back out into the seats again. You see that guy? He's got like about 6 foul balls over there. We've got a couple of guys here that collect foul balls. We got a guy sits down the third baseline, normally has his fishing nets with him, but doesn't have it today. But he's already got a couple of balls. There's a Fastball in there for called strike 3, and not agreeing with the call is Reinheimer. And he's jawing a little bit as he heads back toward the dugout, and Darnell Ray just ignoring it for right now. So 3 times Reinheimer has struck out at the hands of Alexis Candelario. But in the inning, wow. Total of 5 hits in the inning. 2 runs scored on the solo shots by Castro and Roman, and there were 2 runners left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're all tied up, folks, 2-2 at Wild Health Field. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's going to be leading off for the Genomes, the first baseman, Moises Sierra, number 20. Right-handed hitter, first pitch in there, ball 1. Alex Sanabia has been sitting a while here after all the offensive shenanigans by his team, and Sierra steps up and strokes his second single of the game in between the third baseman and the shortstop. So Sierra 2 for 2 in the contest, and that'll bring up Felix P.A. Now Felix hit a ball that he hit fairly high in the air, and the wind got a hold of it, and I mean it blew it straight down, and it made it a tough play for Skoll out there, but he was able to come over and make the grab. It's shot right back to the pitcher. He'll go to second base for 1, over to first, double play. So a DP 1 to 6 to 3. Score Sierra out at second, 1 to 6 for the first out. 2 out in the inning now, and that'll bring up the catcher, Austin Rye. Rye singled, went to second on a single, went to third on a single, and scored on a ground out by Paredes. He was the first run of this ball game. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored in the contest. And after a promising start in this inning, the double play kind of put the kibosh on that, so we need someone to start it again here. And the catcher in that position right now with 2 down. Reinheimer playing fairly deep at short, as is Rosa at second base, and fastball misses outside. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Roman at third is at normal depth, as is the first baseman Tapia. The pitch. That's hit right at the shortstop. Reinheimer reaches up, hauls it in, and that retires the side. So line out to 6 to end it here in the 4th for the Genomes. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. We're all tied up 2-2 at Wild Health Field. Let's go to the 5th inning here at Wild Health Field. We got a tie ball game, 2-2. And back into bat for the Honey Hunters will be the second baseman, Joseph Rosa, to start things off. And his first ball hit out into right field. That's going to be at least a double. He's going to try to stretch it. He's on his way to third. There will be no throw. They're going to give Rosa a single on the play, and then he goes from first to third on the error on the right fielder. So first error of the game by the defense of the Genomes, as Paredes has all kinds of trouble with the ball out there in right field. So now that puts the go-ahead run all the way around at third base with nobody out, and Emmanuel Tapia, the first baseman, to step in. 0 for 2. He flied out to center first time up and then struck out and fouls the first pitch back to the netting. No balls, 1 strike. New pitcher in the game is Akeem Bostic for the Genomes. Pitch, and that misses. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bostic 6'4", 225. The pitch. That's hit well. That's hit high. That's hit far. And that is out of here. And they say it's foul. Foul ball. Close. Tapia hit that one a mile. but just a little bit foul. Marvin King down there watching it all the way. Swing and a miss on that one, and quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that's his 3rd strike of the inning. So down goes Tapia, his 2nd strikeout of the game. 1st strikeout for Bostic, 8th strikeout for the Honey Hunters in this contest. So Rosa remains at 3rd, and that'll bring up the first home run hitter of the game, 2 for 2, Luis Castro. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Akeem, 91 mile an hour on that fastball. Castro, a 286 hitter. The pitch. Swing and a miss as Bostic took a little off that one. About 10 mile an hour off of it. No balls and 2 strikes. So Rosa, a single and a 2-base error, is on 3rd, and there's a swing and a miss. And he struck out his 2nd batter. 2 down. Rosa still at 3rd, and that'll bring up Luis Roman. So the Genomes bring in some help from the bullpen here in the top of the 5th inning and see how it ends up. But right now it's looking pretty good. That pitch misses inside and low, ball 1. And it doesn't get any more comfortable in the summertime than it is today. It is just a fabulous day. You're really missing out not being out here to see this ball game. That's in there for a strike. Our temperature is at 79 degrees. Humidity on the way down. It's dropped a couple degrees since the start of the game. We're at 65% on the humidity right now. That's a little high, but not too bad. That's a strike, and it count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ideally, if it was in the 50s, it would be just, you couldn't get any better of a day. It's still pretty nice, though. Humidity. Yeah, the humidity percentage. That misses for a ball, 2-2. Yeah, I watch Bill Meck on 18. He has this thing he calls school that he does, and he explained that one day when I said, well, I understand that now. The pitch misses way outside, and the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Joseph Rosa getting lonely out there at 3rd base. He's been there a while now. He led off the inning with a single, and he legged it all the way to 3rd as Paredes had trouble with it. There's a swing and a miss, and striking out the side is Akeem Bostic. His 3rd strikeout in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and a runner left on base. What an inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Score remains 2-2 at Wild Health Field. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Here we go, bottom of the fifth inning, and Gavin Johns, the shortstop, is going to lead things off here for the Genomes. Genomes thus far, 2 runs, 5 hits. They've left 3 on base. And we're still with Alex Sanabia, and Johns tries to lay one down, goes foul. 1 strike to count. Levy out to pounce on that ball, but it didn't go anywhere and stayed in foul territory. Sanabia the pitch. Swing and a miss by Gavin Johns, and quickly falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Luke Becker waiting in the on-deck area. He's next up. The leadoff hitters, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And down goes Johns. So all of a sudden now, somebody's turned the fan on out there or something. Got a lot of wind out there. Home plate area. Johns now 1 for 2 with the strikeout. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Sanabia. And Luke Becker steps in, 1 for 2, the pitch. That's low and inside, ball 1. Becker singled back in the 3rd inning. Went to second on a single and then ended up at 3rd on an error, but could not score. So Becker looking to up that average, 297 batting average. The pitch. Little bouncer, right side foul. Bounces over near the Honey Hunters dugout. 2-2 game. It's been a strange 2-2 when you think about it. You go back and you look at how the runs were scored. 2 for the Genomes in the 3rd inning, and the 4th inning was big. There's a shot that's hit over the head of the center fielder. He turns around, can't handle it. And running all the way to second base is Becker. And we'll see how they score it in a moment. Rodriguez got spun around on the initial hit, and he tried to recover, and it looked as if he overran the ball then and then had to dive back to try to get to it. So we'll wait and see. First pitch in there for a strike on Rosario. Olmo Rosario in there now. He's 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd. Grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 1st inning. So he's got a runner on second base, the go-ahead run. The pitch, that's lifted high and out of play over the top of the roof here at Wild Health Field. The grandstand area where you do have cover. It covers the suite area, no sweat. And then it covers about, I'd say 3 rows on down into the seated area. So when it does rain, if it's not blowing sideways, you can get out fine. There's a ball that's hit up in the suites, and that ball got gobbled up by a seat, and it's just sitting there underneath the seat. It's just sitting right under the seat over there. That's about three 3 sweets from us. There's another ball hit over that way. Out of play. So Rosario battling well right now. No balls and 2 strikes. It's the sweet this side of the Pepsi suite is where the ball's located. And that pitch in there for strike 3. So Rosario sets down for the second time, this time looking. And that's strikeout number 4 in the game for Santabia, and that'll bring up number 25, the right fielder, Jimmy Paredes. Jimmy struck out in the first, and then he grounded out in the third, knocked in a run. The pitch, that's hit straight up in the air. The shortstop, Reinheimer, tracking it, will make the play, and that retires the side. In the inning, no runs. I believe 1 hit. And 1 runner left on base. We head to the 6th inning with the score 2-2 here at Wild Health Field. I'm loving the walk-up music. High hopes for Jake Skoll. Jake is 1 for 2 in the contest. He singled back in that big 4th inning and then struck out looking in the 2nd inning. So he's 1 for 2 in the contest. Akeem Bostic with his 2nd inning of work now. That ball's laced to center field, a base hit. Knocking it down out there and all the way to second is with a double on the high hop by Jake Skoll. Hit that ball well, and you never know what kind of a bounce it's going to take out there. And in that situation, it took a dandy hop, and PA was there to make the play, but it just went over his head. He was able to jump and get a glove on it to knock it down and corral it, but not until Skoll got out to second base. So a double for Skoll, and here we go again. The Honey Hunters offense continues to click. Pretty good sized bird just went across the field. Interesting, you could see the shadow out in center field. I was going, what in the world is that? And might have been pterodactyl. I love it. Bostic the pitch. That's up in the eyes of the batter. So Levy looking to move the runner at second, Jake Skoll, if he can here. And Akeem Bostic would like some more of those Ks he had last inning. He had a triple K back in the fifth as he struck out Tapia, Castro, and Roman. A pitch. Swing and a miss. Interesting matching fours out there at second base. The pitch misses upstairs outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes the count now, as Rodriguez steps back in. Bostic checks the runner, and he'll step off. Skoll dances back to second. Now he'll come off again, and he's not getting a very big lead thanks to Johns out there at shortstop. Johns is playing him pretty close. The pitch. That misses and gets away, and that's going to allow Skoll to go all the way to third base. So a wild pitch, and Skoll ends up on third with 1 out. And now it's up to the pitcher, Akeem Bostic, to try to hold it right here. Rosa singled and on a 2-base error made it all the way to third with no out, and then Bostic stepped up and struck out the side. In this situation, wild pitch after a double. That's fouled off into the netting. Two balls and 1 strike the count now as Akeem Bostic with the infield in, and Skoll at third base. That pitch misses, and the count now 3 balls, 1 strike. Rodriguez .259 on the season, batting average, left-handed hitter. The pitch. That stays outside, ball 4, so Rodriguez will trot down to first base after the base on balls. Starting pitcher Alexis Candelaria walked 2. This was the first walk in the game for Akeem Bostic. Third walk given up by the Genomes pitching staff. First pitch misses, ball 1. Reese Hampton, the leadoff batter, is in there with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Bostic, the pitch. That misses upstairs again. Same spot he's missed quite a bit here in the last 2 batters. When he misses, it's like he's trying to overthrow it a little bit, and the ball sails on him and ends up in that high and outside position. It's been there 3 or 4 times here. 2-0 on this count to Hampton. That's fouled off. That'll go out of play and over the roof area here at Wild Health Field. Glad you're with us here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Live from Wild Health Field. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs, and the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Steve will be back tomorrow night as these two teams meet for a third time here at Wild Health Field. 6:35 is the suggested first pitch time tomorrow night. That's hit well. That's hit high, but it's going to be right in right center. And here comes the throw into second base, and it's a sacrifice fly. So there's your go-ahead run as Reese Hampton with a sac fly to right. Second out of the inning, and Skoll finally able to score from third base. Rodriguez did not tag and try to go to second on that play with the ball being near the center of the field, and that'll bring up Jack Reinheimer, the shortstop. Jack's had a rough go of it today. 3 Ks. Struck out in the first, the third, and the fourth. And Bostic throw to first. Sierra tried to lay down there and keep the ball on the runner Rodriguez, but Marvin King said safe down there at first base. This ball hit straight up in the air. That's toward the left field side of the field, and the shortstop out there to make the play is Johns, and that'll retire the side. But they got the job done with a run on a total of 1 hit, and there was 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score, the Gastonia Honey Hunters with 3 and your Wild Health Genomes 2. All right, we're back. Wild Health Field, bottom of the 6th. Genomes coming to bat. They trail it now. And coming in to bat will be Jimmy Paredes. The pitch. Who's at the plate? Milbauer's at the plate. There we go. I thought they lifted Chris Davis because they took the pitcher out before the 5th inning. He was the designated hitter, and Milbauer swings and misses. That pitch up high. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And down goes Milbauer, so there's 1 out. Got to bring up the left fielder, Chris Shaw. He's 1 for 2 in the contest. Singled in the second, grounded out to the shortstop in the third. 1 out in the inning. Santabia is still in there. Firing away for the Honey Hunters. Has himself an opportunity now, the way the score is, for a win in this contest. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he's quickly out in front. No balls, 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes the count now. As Shaw wants to get something going here. Hits a little bouncer toward the second baseman. He'll glove it, throw to first, and bang, bang, got him. Ground out 4-3 as Rosa makes a nice play on the ball. Two down now in the inning, and that'll bring up Moses Sierra, the first baseman. He's 2 for 2, pair of singles. See if he's got another one in that bat here. With 2 down, the pitch, and breaking ball in there for a strike. Alex Santabia with a great pitching performance for the team. Here's a shot. That's way back. That's gone. Home run. We're tied. Moses Sierra hits a line shot out of here over the video board in left field, and we're tied again, 3-3. I feel like we're in one of those I can do anything you can do games here. A 2-out solo shot over the 2:20 p.m. sign. So that'll bring up Felix P.A., who is hit into a double play last time up and then flied out to right field. Let's see if he's got a line shot in him out of here. The pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. P.A. at Sierra, a 3 for 3 game, including a home run. Guy hits like that, it's going to be hard to take him out of the lineup. The pitch. Oh, there goes the bat. And that's all the way down in the concession stand. It made its way out the exit. That happens sometimes, but I mean that bat went flying. That's the furthest thrown bat of the season that I've seen thus far. And I love the sound of a wooden bat hitting the concrete floor down there in front of the, I think that was down there in front of the concession stand. Most of us hot dog lovers are hoping it didn't hit the mustard dispenser down there. And they get the bat back, and now is he going to want to use it, or what are they doing here? They're waiting on the pitch. Doesn't look broken, but you'll have to check it out, that's for sure. That was crazy. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. That's fouled off. Left side. Bounces around in the seats, and that's going to give somebody a chance to get a souvenir baseball. Looking for it, can't find it. That misses outside. The announcer for the Honey Hunters is pretty entertaining on that bat issue. The pitch outside. He said that went out the exit and down the street. Took him a while to bring the bat back in. Yeah, it was going over to Dollar General for a cold drink. Here's the ball hit straight up in the air. That's out near center field. Over and grabbing it is Rodriguez, and that will retire the side. Fly out to 8, but in the inning, a run, the solo home run by Moses Sierra, and we're all tied up again, folks. 3-3 here at Wild Health Field as we head to the top of the 7th inning. All right. Wild Health Field is the site, and we've got a wild one here today at Wild Health Field. The Genomes hosting the Honey Hunters of Gastonia. And the Honey Hunters are going to come to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Got a new pitcher coming in for the Genomes. It's Jamie Callahan coming in relief here Jamie, a 6'2", 230-pound right-hander who made it all the way to the major league level. He's 27 years old, and he's ready to go here as we look at the Rosa with a .311 batting average. And the first pitch misses, ball one. Still giggling about that bat. That was crazy. People were sitting over to the, I would say, if you're looking at the field, to the right side of the exit, and they just kind of watched it sail. They were getting ready to scramble if they needed to. That pitch misses. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. And the bat pretty much just sailed on the fly all the way out the exit there, down the slant, and then you could hear it bouncing around in the concourse area, down underneath the seats. That misses inside, and the count now 3-0. But it had that familiar drop the bat on the concrete sound to it when it hit, and rattled around a little bit, and then wasn't long somebody got it and brought it back out to the field, and then the bat boy able to pick it up. That's in there for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Jamie Callahan in to do some business here for the Genomes, hopefully to put a stop to the offense of the Honey Hunters. There's a bouncer. First baseman comes up with it, flips it to the pitcher, and easy play. 1 down. Ground out 3-1. And that'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia, and he's struck out 2 of the 3 times he's come to the plate. Hit the ball well to center field his first time up in the 2nd inning, but he struck out in the 3rd, and he struck out in the 5th. And now Callahan is something wrong with him. I don't know if it's his arm or his shoulder, but we got more than one coming out of the dugout to check on him here. And again, if it's an injury, it does not count as an official visit to the mound here. They're going to check him out, see if he can continue to pitch. And he's letting them work on him, and they are working on that right shoulder. So they let him stretch out a little bit, and I'm sure they're going to let him throw a pitch or 2 here to see if he's going to be able to continue. Jamie Callahan, there he goes. Let's see what he says here. He's not said anything yet. He's going to try to throw another one here. And that looked awkward. Going to try one more, it looks like. Now the trainer talking with him, see if he's all right. And they motioned out to the bullpen. We're going to have a new pitcher. So Callahan has to check out because of injury. And another new pitcher going to come into the ball game here for the Wild Health Genomes. So tough break there for Jamie Callahan. Must have injured the shoulder area. That's where the trainer was working the entire time. And then his second pitch of his warm-ups did not look good. Looked like he was struggling. So they're going to bring in number 15, Nate Peden. And we'll take a break and be back when we resume action here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. We are back at Wild Health Field. It is Nate Peden in to do the honors. The 23-year-old has a record of 1-3 on the season with a 6.02 ERA. He's pitched in 18 games, started 6, pitched in 43 and a third innings, allowed 29 earned runs, 7 home runs. He's walked 20 batters and struck out 31. He's hit 6 batters as well this season. So Peden it is, in relief of the injured Jamie Callahan, who relieved Akeem Bostic, who threw 2 pretty good innings. He gave up the go-ahead run at the time, the 3rd run, in the 6th inning, but he struck out 4 of the 6 outs in those 2 innings. And now we've got Emmanuel Tapia at the plate in this situation. And Nate Peden will be on the mound, the right-hander here for the Wild Health Genomes. And because of the injury, he gets not as much time as he needs, but he gets quite a few pitches, whatever he needs to get warmed up out there, whatever the going rate is. He's got 1 more to go, and we'll get back to action here at Wild Health Field with the score tied at 3-3. 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Genomes. 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Honey Hunters. And now Tapia will step in, and we're ready to go. With 1 down, Rosa scored the out here, the first batter here in the 7th inning. And now Rosa in, and that ball hit back over the suite area to our left and hits the aluminum facing up high and then bounces into the suite over there. No balls, 1 strike. That ball misses outside. 2-0. Hate to see anybody get hurt, especially in a situation like that. The pitch. Get your opportunity to come in and do your thing, and then all of a sudden you can't continue because you tweak something in your shoulder or your upper arm. But they were definitely working on the shoulder. The pitch, and that misses outside, and the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. So Nate Peden with 1 out, the 3-1 pitch, and he misses ball 4, and Tapia will be down at first base after the walk. First walk given up by Peden. That was his first batter. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Luis Castro. Castro's had a nice afternoon. He's got a home run, solo shot, and a double. And then he struck out in the 5th inning. So 2 for 3. Ball's hit in the air pretty high down the left side, and that's going to go out of play. Tapia was on his horse halfway between 2nd and 3rd. And he looks at the third base coach, and the coach signals something to him there. And I wouldn't be shocked if either team from henceforth is running everybody all the time here, trying to get the go-ahead run in. So Tapia stretches out off the bag, and the pitch in there for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. The pitch. That's hit well, but that's going to be a foul ball. He got every bit of that one. But it started out 20 feet foul, and it's might have hit the parking lot over behind the stands there on the left side. He unloaded on that one. His home run was a towering shot that bounced right off the tip of the pylon out there behind the bullpen. There's a ball hit up in the air to the right side. Tracking over is Paredes, and he'll make the catch, and they'll get the ball back in quickly, so Tapia can't advance. So a fly out to 9 for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Luis Roman. So Roman with a home run. He walked his first time up, and then he struck out back in the 5th inning. So he is 1 for 2 officially with an RBI and a run scored. And the pitch. And that's hit opposite field, out of play. Roman, a .267 hitter on the season. Pitch, that misses for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Luis Roman. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off. Roman a little upset that he didn't make a nice catch on that one. Felt like he had a good ball to hit there and was unable to do so, so shook it off. He's back in. The pitch misses. Runner going, and that's going to be late. That hits off the foot of the shortstop. Nobody covering third base, and for some reason Tapia elected not to go. Had he kept running, he would have easily made it to third base with nobody over there. It would have been a foot race between him and Peden, the pitcher, the third baseman. Becker was going out to pick up the ball that angled off the spike of the shortstop Johns. All right, 2-2. 2 out. The pitch misses way outside. Peden working that right hand and that right wrist a little bit. So stolen base there for Tapia. He's at second now. He walked and then stole second. And Roman at the plate. The pitch. Breaking ball just misses. Ball 4. Roman will be at first base with a walk. Second walk of the inning given up by Nate Peden. And that'll bring up Jake Skoll, the right fielder for the Honey Hunters. Skoll, double, single, and caught looking in the second. So he is 2 for 3 in the contest. Scored a run. The pitch. That's lifted in the air. Looks like it's going to be right at the center fielder. PA is able to grab it, and that'll retire the side. No runs and no hits in the inning, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Score remains 3-3 at Wild Health Field. Tim Naughton on the mound now for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. There you get a good look at number 32, big right-hander. Ball's hit foul and out of play to the right side, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it's the catcher, Austin Rye, in there, hitting to lead off this bottom of the 7th inning. We're tied at 3. Glad you're with us here. The pitch, that's punched into right field, a base hit. So second hit of the game for Austin Rye. And he leads off the inning with a base hit, as he did in the only other inning there where the Genomes scored some runs. So let's see if history can repeat itself here. If so, Gavin Johns would follow him with a single, as he did back in the 3rd inning. In fact, the first 3 batters for the Genomes in the 3rd all had singles. So Naughton's pitch, and squaring to bunt on that was Gavin Johns, trying to move Rye over to scoring position. Tim Naughton coming in with a 4.76 ERA on the season. And he's ready to go here. Rye leading off first. The pitch, that misses outside and high. A ball. The pitch, that's bunted out toward the first base side, up with it and throwing to first, and he's safe. Pulled the second baseman off the bag. Rosa came over to cover, and the flip from Tapia to Rosa was high, and Rosa had to go up in the air to get it, and when he did, nice hustle down the first baseline by Gavin Johns. They're going to call it an E3 on the throw. But safe at first. So first 2 runners on here in the 7th. This ball's bounced foul down the 3rd baseline. Luke Becker doubled last time up, singled in the 3rd. He grounded out to the second baseman back in the 1st inning. So Tapia now is going to play in on the grass area of the carpet here at Wild Health Field, as is the 3rd baseman. Roman, he's in. Here's the pitch. And that ball bunted but foul into the seats behind home plate. And quickly 0-2 the count. So the Genomes looking to play a little small ball here and try to get a run in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch, that's a full cut, and that's foul and out of play. Luke Becker, 0-2 pitch on the way. That's inside, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Austin Rye is at second base. Gavin Johns over at first base. They both scored back in the third inning. So here's Becker with a .298 batting average, one up a single digit after that double. Swing and a miss, got him. So Becker goes down on strikes for the first time today. That'll be the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Olmo Rosario. Rosario has struck out twice and grounded out to the third baseman. No hit yet. As a Genome, it's time to get the party started right here. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Naughton's pitch in there for a strike. Naughton from the stretch checks the runner at second. The pitch, that's upstairs. High. That'll be in there for a ball, 1 strike, the count. Nobody. I take that back. That one's fouled into the netting. Paredes in the on-deck area. He's scheduled to bat next. Long look at second base, and Naughton throws, and don't know if that hit him or not. Hit the bat. Thought it might have caught him on the hands, but it hit apparently right off the barrel end of the bat. Rosario looking at the bottom of the bat makes sure that was okay. 1-2 pitch, and got him. Strike 3. Third time Rosario has struck out. And he's been called all 3 times looking. So 2 down now after a great start to the inning, and that'll leave it in the hands of Jimmy Paredes. Paredes 0 for 3 in the contest. .284 hitter on the season. And Tim Naughton. There's a ball hit right to the first baseman. He's going to hustle it out unassisted. So ground out 3 unassisted for the third out of the inning. And the Genomes failed to score. No runs. There was 1 hit. You had 2 runners left on base. We go to the 8th inning, and we're still tied at 3 here at Wild Health Field. We are back at Wild Health Field, and another new pitcher into the ball game for the Genomes. It's going to be number 17, Jack Weinberger, 6'5", 220 right-hander, 26 years of age. His highest level of professional baseball has been here in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. And he's ready to go here. Weinberger, 2 wins, 4 losses on the season thus far. He's got a 3.91 ERA, which is pretty awesome. He's been in 42 games, has 4 saves already, 48.1 innings pitched. He's allowed 21 earned runs, 2 home runs, walked 26, struck out 43 on the year. Here's the first pitch, and that plunks the batter, Stuart Levy. So Levy, hit by pitch, is on at first base. Was looking in the stats how often that has happened. And actually, Weinberger just hit his 12th batter of the year. So he's been pretty good at plunking the batters in there in the batter's box.
He and Posey and Villanueva all had hit 11.
Here's the pitch. Ball's popped up, and Rye can't get to it. Took him a second to find the ball. I heard somebody yelling, right, 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 but it was to his left. Rodriguez, the batter. Hurley's walked last time up. He's got a double, and he struck out back in the third. Top of the 8th inning, here's the pitch. Misses outside. Rodriguez had squared the bunt. We're almost playing that 10th inning game right here in this situation.
Levy had been hit 12 times. Doesn't lead the team, though. Castro's been hit 21 times.
Oh, my gosh. So Levy has been hit 12 times. Castro, according to our official scorer, Hugh 21 times. Castro's been hit by a pitch. They ought to have some kind of big bruise trophy to give to the player in the Atlantic League that gets hit the most. Guys be stepping across the plate and everything to win a trophy. Here we go. Weinberger, the pitch, inside, low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Starting to get some darker flavor to the cloudiness here, but again, nothing that looks very threatening. Just a great day for baseball here at Wild Health Field. The pitch. Base hit over the head of the second baseman out into right field. And Rodriguez now with his second hit of the ball game. So a sharp single to right center, picked up by the right fielder, Paredes, and he gets it back to the inch. And that's low. Swings at it, though, and it's 0-2 now. First and third. Rodriguez is first. Levy at third. And the Honey Hunters with another golden opportunity here in this 3-3 ball game, top of the 8th inning. Weinberger, infield, into the edge of the grass. The pitch, swing and a miss. And a good time for that as Hampton goes down swinging. 1 out. Second time Hampton has struck out in the game. And here comes Jack Reinheimer. Jack struck out his first 3 times up, and then he popped out last time up to the 1 ball and 1 strike. There's 1 out. Runners at second and third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count now 1-2. So Reinheimer stays right in the box. The pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Two outs, back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Weinberger, and that'll bring up Joseph Rosa. Rosa, 1 for 3, singled back in the 5th inning, grounded out to the first baseman in the 7th, walked in the 3rd, and grounded out to the second baseman in the 1st inning. The 310 batter steps in. 2 down now. Runners at second and third, and the infield will back up to play for the out at first base. So Weinberger now 1 out away from getting out of this jam, and first pitch in there for a strike. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate, much to the chagrin of Joseph Rosa. Rosa back in. Ready to go here as Weinberger works from the stretch. The pitch. That's hit off of Weinberger. Going to be tracked down. Long throw, and they're not going to get him. Ball gets away. Going to be a base hit and an error, and that's going to score the second run. So a single and an error on the throw. So a single for Rosa. Give him an RBI, 1 RBI for the first runner across Levy. He will not get an RBI on the second runner who scored on the error on the throw. So now we got a runner on second base. Rosa. Was that E6? E4, thank you. So they called the error on the second baseman, Rosario, on the throw to first base. Made a gallant effort trying to grab it and make something happen over there, but instead it turned into a nightmare and 2 runs come across. Weinberger, the pitch. That's a base hit to left center field. And Rosa will have no trouble coming around to score, and it's a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Honey Hunters. So an RBI single for Emmanuel Tapia, his first hit of the ball game, and 3 runs across here in the top of the 8th inning. 6 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for the Honey Hunters. And the pitch in there for a strike. Luis Castro. And that's in there for a strike. So Castro behind now, no balls, 2 strikes. Castro 2 for 4 in the contest. Solo home run and a double, and then a strikeout, and he flew out to right field. The pitch misses way outside, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castro, the 7th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch. Punched out towards center field. John's over. He'll make the play, and that'll retire the side. But the damage is done as 3 runs come across on a total of 3 hits. And there was 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the score, the Honey Hunters 6 and the Genomes 3. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning, and coming to the plate in this situation will be a pinch hitter, number 18, coming in to bat in this. I'm trying to pick up a number, and I don't have a number for him as of yet. Let me check another roster here just to make sure. and I do not have an in the on-deck area for the Wild Health Genomes. They're down by 3 runs here, bottom of the 8th inning. Perez leading it off here. That hit off of somebody's helmet, I think. It might have hit the catcher, Levy, and it was headed right this direction, but didn't have enough on it to make it up here. Into the seats right below us. Count 2-2. Nubber over to third base. Roman over to first, and they get him. 1 out. Ground out 5-3. Now to bring up the left fielder, number 34, Chris Shaw. Chris is 1 for 3. Grounded out to the second baseman, grounded out to the shortstop, and then he singled back in the second inning and got thrown out trying to score from third on a delayed double steal. Three and one now, 3 balls, 1 strike the count as Bordner tries to time up at tied the game at 3 apiece. He's 3 for 3 in the contest, 2 singles, a home run, an run scored, and a stolen base. So it's a stacking day here for Moises Sierra, and he pops this one straight. Ninth inning, here we go. Last chance gold mine here for these two teams. For this game anyway, on a Wednesday afternoon. We've been at it now for about 3 hours and 15 minutes. And until last inning, we had a tie ball game, but now we've got a 6-3 lead for the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and they're up to bat here in the top of the 9th inning, hoping to add some insurance to this 3-run lead. Almengo into pitch in relief. Diogenes Almengo, or Diogenes Almengo. Nonetheless, Almengo with the pitch. That's a foul ball into the netting behind home plate. And the count evens up, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul ball. That caught a piece of the catcher, Levy. Darnell Ray, the home plate umpire, will go look at the baseball, throw it out. Almengo. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And Roman goes down swinging. First strikeout for Almengo, and that's the first out of the inning, and that brings up Jake Skoll, the right fielder. Jake doubled and scored a run, singled, and then he flew out to center field and struck out looking in the second. So he's 2 for 4 in the contest. Almengo's pitch misses, ball 1. He thought it was a strike. He's still grinning. I guess that's a good way to take it if you don't agree with the call. The pitch. Right back at the pitcher. Skate save, able to knock it down, and he gets his man. Detroit Red Wings will be giving Almengo a call and see if he wants to be goalie. So ground out 1-3, 2 down. Nice job. He stuck that after he delivered the pitch. His lead leg was his right leg, and he stuck his left leg back when the ball was bouncing behind him, and he knocked it down, able to hop off the mound, grab it, and throw the runner out at first. So this pitch, a high fastball that backs Levy away from the plate. The pitch. Little bouncer toward third. Up with it. No problem. Becker to first. And ground out 5-3. We're going to head to the bottom of the 9th inning and see if the Genomes have anything in the tank when we come back on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. It'll be Jesus Bolliger, the stopper for the Honey Hunters. They bring him in. He's been in a handful, a bushel basket full of ball games this year. Has a bunch of saves as well. He's the one they go to if they want to win a ball game, and they're bringing him in right here with the 3-run lead. So Bolliger, first pitch, a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to the batter, Felix P.A., the center fielder. Second one up in the eyes of P.A., 2 balls, no strikes. Big game here for the Genomes. Really needed this ball game and need some kind of a hitting miracle here. And P.A. says, well, I can get it started. Base hit to right field. There you go. That's one of them. You need your first 4 or 5 hitters to get a hit here. Try to battle back and get back into this thing. At least try to tie the score up. It'll be the catcher, Austin Rye, who has a 2-for-3 game going with a run scored thus far. So Rye steps in. P.A. down at first base. Genomes with 10 hits this year, this game already in this game. This year. 2022. Man, the time is flying. I can't believe we're working on the end of the first 7 days of the month of September. The pitch. Bounce to third base. Tough hop. Long throw to second. 1 over to first. And away from the bag. So the put out at second base. 5-4. And Rye will be at first base on the fielder's choice. Had a chance to get him there, but the throw pulled Tapia off the bag. Marvin King, the roach killer, making the call down at first base. And here's Gavin Johns. The pitch. That's hit well and caught by the second baseman, 2 down. Line shot, but right at him. That'll take the helium out of your balloon real quick. Hit a ball that hard and just happens to be right at Rosa at second base. So Bolliger now just 1 batter away from picking up another stop here for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The pitch misses outside, ball 1. Becker, a .225 hitter. The pitch. That's hit to the right side. That'll go into right for Gastonia. 3 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Genomes. That was here. That was the closest I was going to be to a foul ball right there, and it caught the guide wire right at the last second. Oh. I'm only going to have one more chance to win those bottle caps, man. Have to roll them over till next year, I guess. So here we go. Olmo Rosario. First and second, the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Gallagher with a nice looking breaking pitch there. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's it. Fourth time he struck out, this time swinging. And that'll retire the side. Your final score in this one, after no runs on a couple of hits and a couple of runners left on base, the final in this one is 6 for the Gastonia Honey Hunters to 3 for the Wild Health Genomes. 6 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for Gastonia. 3 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Wild Health Genomes. They'll wrap it up tomorrow night, this 3-game series. 6:35 start time. Steve will be here with the play-by-play on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. That's going to wrap up our coverage this afternoon. I'm Tom Gross. Thanks for joining us. Have yourself a great Wednesday evening.